Gonna hit. All right, so welcome everybody. Thank you for spending your Tuesday with me. I am really excited to we're just going to dive right into this. This is a hot topic for me right now. I want to share with you all 3 ways that you can market your sleep coaching business right now, even though the economy is sluggish. And I hesitated to even put that in there because I think there's certain, yes, the economy is on a downturn, but sleep is just one of those things people will pay for. If you can help people get more sleep, that is more important than food. I mean, I joke, but it's kind of true. Oops, how do I get that out of there? Okay, so give me a yes in the chat if you're ready to dive in and learn about this. So you are in the right place if you are a teeny bit worried about the economy, but you need to keep serving as a sleep consultant, and you're just committed to being a sleep consultant right now, helping families get the sleep that they need. So if this is you, you are in the right place. Here's a little bit about me. This is me and my kiddos. And before these 3 were born, I had these 3 kids in 4 years. So sleep deprivation to the hilt. But before these 3 were born, I used to work in advertising and marketing, and I was a big fancy media director. I worked here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I worked in Manhattan. I worked in Princeton, New Jersey, and I loved my job. I love marketing. I love advertising. But probably like a lot of you, my birth experience, my postpartum experience with all 3 led me to eventually become a postpartum doula. And soon after I took my doula training, I quickly realized that there weren't any doula jobs that I could just go apply for, and I'd have to build a business on my own and get my own clients. But luckily I had that background, that former career in advertising to lean on, which helped me get working faster as a doula, working faster than most doulas do. And I want to tell you, the sleep deprivation that I had with these 3 damn near killed me. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, it was awful. So I am so passionate about helping I've been a postpartum doula now for coming up on 14 years. So sleep is just one of the things I really work on with them. That's where my driving passion is, on helping them, just literally taking the baby so that they can nap, but also educating about sleep. And now I'm expanding that into helping doulas get more clients and helping you all, sleep consultants, get more clients. And I believe that you, as sleep consultants, can and should be earning $10,000 a month, every month, all year long. And I promised in my intro to this that I would break this down. And here's what I am saying, or here's how I'm saying this is possible. So I'm basing this on you doing virtual sleep consults at $650 a pop, which I feel like is the going rate. So if you're charging $650 a client and you have 4 clients a week, that's $2,600 a week. You do that every week. That's for 4 weeks. That's 10 grand a month. So the coolest thing about this is that you all know the way you structure a virtual sleep consultant, you're only working a little bit. You know, you do your intake call, you write up a sleep plan, you do a few texts back and forth. You really can, it's completely feasible to take 4 clients a week, even if you are juggling doula clients, mom life, whatever else you're juggling. It is completely possible and feasible to do 4 clients a week, if not more. So that is why I say y'all should be earning having these 10K months after month. So this is the Doula Darcy math. Let's dive into the Doula Darcy marketing, because that is what it comes down to. It's just a numbers game. You have the skills, you have the services that they need. People just need to know you exist. These 4 clients a week just need to know you exist so they can go to your website and hire you. And the way that you do that is through marketing. So I'm going to show you 3 ways, and these are free ways, by the way. I'm not like, oh, you have to spend $10,000 on advertising. Nope. These are 3 free things you can do. The first is, so get out your notebooks. I want you to write this down. And actually, I hope you're tuning in like on a computer so you can have your phones next to you. So let's start with Instagram, because Instagram is an absolute gold mine that you can tap into for free. Because your dream clients are scrolling social media, particularly Instagram and TikTok, all day long and all night long. Because here's the thing, parents, young parents are on Instagram all day and all night. And we subconsciously go onto Instagram when we're bored or when we need help or when we're up in the middle of a night with the baby that won't sleep. So if you can be there with the solutions that these parents need, you're going to get the clients. So you have to be on social media. And the great news is it's free to be on social media, and you can just, it's a chance to authentically connect with potential clients. You do not need a fancy ring light like I have in this photo. You can just show up. So here is the evidence. Doulas love evidence-based information. So Instagram has 1 billion active users every month. Now, trust me, I was a media director back in the day before the internet. There was nothing before the internet. There was no like buying a Super Bowl ad for $1 bajillion was the closest, and you still weren't going to get to 1 billion active users. So never mind the internet, just Instagram has 1 billion monthly active users globally. 61% of those billion are 18 to 34 years old. Those are the people having babies. 71% of US adults 18 to 29 are on Instagram. And 44% of female adults in the US are on Instagram. These numbers are staggering. So, again, when we went before the internet, when I was a media buyer, trying to get my clients in front of moms, like via radio and TV, we would have, which, by the way, we paid top dollar for. The fact that you can get in front of moms on Instagram for free, millions and millions of moms for free on Instagram, it's mind-blowing. And every time I say it, I'm like, am I like that old lady that's like, in my day? But it's awesome. So here's where you want to get out your phone. So there's a few little tweaks you can make to your Instagram account to really just like 10x who you reach. So when on your Instagram, you have your username, which for me is the Doula Darcy, and then you have your name. Like if you go in right now and edit your bio, you have your username and your name. You want them to be different. Everybody usually makes them the same, but you want them to be different. I'll show you why in a second. And the biggest reason why, is that this line right here is what Instagram uses to learn about your account so they know who to show it to. So you want this line to say sleep coach, sleep consultant, what it is that you offer that people will be searching. Here's why. I did a search of Darcy in Instagram. So this is me, the Doula Darcy, and I am a doula marketing coach. But look at this. Darcy McQueenie is just Darcy McQueenie, Darcy McQueenie. What does she do? I don't know. Nobody knows. So your profile will perform better in searches and look more professional if your name and your username are different. And then bonus points if this name includes your job title, that you're a sleep consultant. And so then this paragraph underneath, so with your name, I think you get 30 characters. And then in your bio, you have up to 150 characters that you can use. And you want to use keywords in this bio, because again, Instagram uses what you write here to know who you are and who should be seeing your account. So here's what to remember. Instagram knows that everybody's hanging out on Instagram, and all Instagram wants to do is keep everybody on Instagram. So Instagram wants to know who you are and who you help so that they can show you to the people who need you, and they're going to go find your account and binge your content and spend more time on Instagram. That's what it means to Instagram. What it means to you is that Instagram's going to help the people who need you to find you and hire you. So use these 150 characters very wisely. Say who you are, who you help, and that you're a sleep consultant and what you do. And then you also want to put a call to action. Tell people what you want them to do. You want them to click on your website link so that they can connect with you. So this is a great place to, so this is the one place on Instagram where you can share a website link. So a lot of you maybe have a Linktree site. I would highly suggest creating a page on your website, which I have done, which is the douladarcy.com/links. So this is, well, you know what? I will show you. Will I? Can I? So if you go to the douladarcy.com/links, maybe, I think I maybe messed everything up. Here we go. No. So I made a page on my website to look like a link tree. This is like all the things, all the different things you can click on. So you can do that. So why I have done this is now from Instagram, I'm driving people to my website, which is good for my website. It shows the internet that my website is popular. I'm not driving people to Linktree. I'm driving people to me. So here we go. Okay, so you want to send people to your website, and then you want to promote if you have any kind of lead magnet. Sometimes it's called a freebie. You want to promote that here. You want to use this link to get people to get on your email list, to go to your website to learn more. So, and then you want to be driving people in your bio to click on that link. So for me, I say, you know, click here for a free cheat sheet on how to get more doula clients. That is my clients' biggest problem, is how to get more clients. So yours could be like, click here to learn 5 tips for getting your baby to sleep more. Okay, so the other thing you can do, so those are 3 huge things. The other thing you can do on Instagram is research hashtags, because this helps you see what the parents on Instagram are interested in. And then not only can you use this research for what you want, what kind of content you're going to share on Instagram and maybe what hashtags you're going to use, but what kind of blog posts are you going to write? What kind of content are you going to have on your website? So you can see, for some reason, 41,000 people are posting about potty training boys, but only 11 for potty training girls. So even just maybe write a blog post on the difference if you're a potty training coach, or maybe sleep training boys versus sleep coaching girls, things like that. But what you can do is see that the popularity of posts on certain topics. So this is just good intel to have. And then what you want to do is, in your own content, use the hashtags that have, like, just as a general rule, less than 500,000 posts. So if you see a hashtag that is, has 1 million posts, your content's going to get lost in there. But hashtag baby sleep tips only has 105,000 posts. That's good. You're going to stand out. But like baby sleep tips with this little emoji, no one is going to look at that. So you have to think about what people come to Instagram at 2 a.m. when their baby won't sleep. What are they searching for? And you want to make sure that you show up by using these hashtags and by working these phrases into your content. I was going to say something else and now I can't remember. It'll come back to me. Okay, so you want to create content that you would take action on. So you want to post consistently. You don't need to post constantly, but consistency is key. And then remember that social media is social. The way to be effective on social media is to be social. So if someone comments on your posts, reply to it. If someone sends you a direct message, reply to it. Engage. Go engage on, if you're a sleep coach and there's a doula or lactation or somebody else that's dealing with the same age of your clientele, go engage on their posts so people see you if they don't know you yet, but they are following this amazing lactation counselor. If they see your comment on their posts, they're going to, hey, she's a sleep coach. I'm going to go check that out. So also in your content, encourage engagement, ask questions, post polls, think of posts that will encourage responses and not, something quick. No one's going to, you don't want to be like, tell me, have you read War and Peace? Give me your synopsis. Like no one, you have to remember people are just scrolling. They're not going to stop and write a soliloquy, but they'll tell you how many kids they'll have. They'll tell you the worst advice they ever got once their baby was born. They'll tell you the worst advice they ever got about sleep for a baby. So ask them to share quick things about themselves. A favorite thing I love to do is be like, okay, hey, show me how crappy your sleep was last night. Like just use emojis and just comment below. Show me how your sleep was, how good or how bad it was. And consistency is key. Just keep showing up. And again, Instagram's just trying to keep people there. So if they see that they can count on you as a consistent poster, whether that's 3 times a day, once a week, once a month, like keep your level of consistency constant, sorry, too many C words. And then if you're just getting going and your first few posts don't have a huge response, it's not your fault. It's not a reflection of you. It's just the algorithm. It's just marketing. Keep going. Keep posting on social media as if you're a very popular sleep consultant, and just try new things and see what works. There's no science to this. The algorithm's always changing, but what the algorithm always rewards is you being social and engaging. Okay. Let's hop off of Instagram and talk about SEO, search engine optimization. So SEO sounds scary, but it's really not. And what SEO means is optimizing your own website, making tweaks and changes to your website so that it ranks higher in Google searches. And there are a few simple things that you can do to really boost your website's ranking. And if someone with a 4-month-old baby going through the 4-month sleep regression Googles sleep consultant Boston or 4-month sleep regression, how do I help my baby sleep? And they find you, boom, that is gold. When your website's in the top 3 Google search results that your dream clients, you don't have to do so much marketing. You don't have to be posting on social media all the time. The time you spend now on SEO, on search engine optimization, saves you so much time and energy down the road, literally for years to come. And I'll get into specific examples in a little bit. So your potential clients are Googling the solutions to their problems. I know what I was going to say before is that Google did some research last year and they found that Gen Z, the young people now, that's so old, the young people, people who are having babies are still using Google a lot, but 30 to 40% of Gen Z, when they want to know the answer to a question, when they're searching for something, they're going to Instagram and TikTok. So your tired parents are hanging out on Instagram and TikTok a lot. Still on Google though. Google's just the boss of the internet. So you definitely want to pay attention to SEO. And also Google's research shows that, actually this was research independent of Google, when you are the #1 Google listing result, you get a 34 to 37% higher click-through rate. Think about what you do when you're Googling like where to eat tonight, where to hire a plumber, where to whatever you're Googling. You click on the top 1, 2, or 3 search result, like based on how it looks, right? You don't scroll through to page 5. So you, as a sleep consultant, as a business owner, you want your website to rank in those top 3 results. So there are 3 areas of your own website to focus on that will help you boost your ranking, and I'm going to show them to you right now. The first is the headline. So this is a page of an old iteration of my website when I had brown hair just like 2 years ago. But Google, the same way Instagram looks at your bio name and your bio paragraph to find out who you are and who they want to show your Instagram account to. The Google bots are doing the same thing to learn about your website, to know and learn who you are, what you do, and who they want to show your website to. So the way the Google bots do that is by looking at your headlines. So for this page on my website, I want this page to show up when someone Googles Doula Business Coach. So my headline right here has the words Doula Business Coach. This headline has Doula Business Coach. And then this image, what you'll see in a minute, is the alt text of this image is also Doula Business Coach. And then the other thing Google looks at are the subheadlines, or H2 on WordPress. They're called H2. On Squarespace, they're called headline 2. So this is that same page. You can see further down, my H2 subheading is why work with a doula business coach. I'm using that same keyword phrase on the subheadline. And then the photo. So this is what it looks like on Squarespace. But when you upload whatever website you have, when you upload a photo, it asks, or it automatically generates the alt text of the image. And you don't want that to be image 475 that from your phone. You want that to say the keyword you're looking for. So I went in, I changed this to Doula Business Coach. So the headlines, the subheadlines, and the alt text of the photo all on this page are all Doula Business Coach. And lastly is, and this, again, this seems super high tech, but it's actually pretty easy to find. And wherever your website is built, you can go to the help section and find out how to do this. But the actual URL slug of the page, you have control over what that is. So that page of my website is douladarcy.com/doula business coach. So put your keywords in the actual title of the page. You can separate all the words with a dash. And then here's the magic that happens. When you Google Doula Business Coach, boom, there I am, number 2. And Nicole Joy is number 1, probably just because her website has existed longer. So Google gives that weight that her website has more credibility because it's been in existence longer. So this is why you need to do this stuff as soon as you possibly can. After you do the work, here's how it looks. When someone Googles Doula Business Coach, I'm the number 2. So people are more likely to click on that than if I was buried on page 5. And then you can see, you can see my website. You can see that the words come up right there. And this is what's called the meta description of the website. So that is a brief overview of SEO. You can get way more into it. The third thing I want to talk to, again, it's free. Another free way to communicate with potential clients and have a conversation with them is through email, having an email list. Because as much as everybody's staying on Instagram all day and all night, they also all have email. And research shows that people check their email 15 times a day or every 37 minutes. I don't know about you, but I check mine more. And the biggest thing is, in all sincerity, is that your email list is yours. I don't know if you guys remember a couple of years ago, there was a day that Facebook just was down all day. And some people were freaking out because their whole business runs on Facebook. Email is yours. The other thing is Mark Zuckerberg, who owns Facebook and Instagram, he's constantly changing the algorithm, constantly changing the way things work. People are getting locked out of their accounts, or their accounts are getting shut down, or they have 1 million followers and then he changes the rules and they can't, reach them. At the end of the day, social media is great, but you're not in ultimate control. You're in ultimate control of your email list. If someone has opted in and given you their email address, that is yours. So you always have your email list. So you want to focus on growing that email list. Always be list building. If you don't have one yet, put time and energy into creating what's called a lead magnet. Put that on the top of your to-do list. This is something you are giving away in exchange for getting someone's email address. So it's so back to what I shared before, you go to my Instagram, you go to my website, you can click here to download my free cheat sheet. As sleep consultants, you could have a free cheat sheet to help your baby sleep, take better naps, sleep longer at night, get through the 4 month sleep regression, whatever it is, whatever your specialty is, or whatever is a common thing that people will be like, yeah, I want those free tips. Here's my email address. And so, like I just said, be sure your social media bios include a way for people to get on your email list. I always put my lead magnet in my bio on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, everything. And then share that lead magnet, put it in all your bios, but like once a month, post about it on all your socials. Like, hey, quick reminder, click here to get my free tips on XYZ. And then decide, again, consistency. Do you want to email your list every week, every month, every day? I wouldn't suggest that, but starting out once a month is great. Use a mixture of helpful tips, having a conversation with them, getting to know them, letting them get to know you, and then also selling your services. But at the end of the day, you're only going to sell your services to people who know, like, and trust you. And email is a great way for people to get to know you, come to trust you, and then hire you to be their sleep consultant. And your emails do not have to be long essays. They do not have to be super complicated. And you don't need to be selling something in every email. You're establishing trust. You're establishing a relationship. So, are you starting to see how all these things work together to form the building blocks of a successful and sustainable doula business and sleep consulting business? All these things work together. People see your Instagram posts, then they find your website, or they're Googling and they find your blog as they're scrolling around. And then they feel like they know you as you start emailing them, as they start to follow along on your social media. So this is marketing is a multi-part strategy that you use to build trust and build out your empire. Let's just say it, your empire of sleep consulting businesses. So if you want to go all in and dive into this even more, I have an online self-paced course called Marketing 101 for sleep coaches, parent coaches. And you can save $75 on it with this coupon code WEB75 for the next 24 hours. It takes you step by step through all these processes of what's called building a funnel of targeted leads. So if you think about a funnel, you have all the tired parents on the internet out here at the top of the funnel, and you're drawing them in down here to you, to your services. So in this class, I teach you how to create that funnel so people are drawn into you and your services. So here are the modules that are covered in Marketing 101 for sleep consultants: how to create a lead magnet to attract and grow your audience, how to get tons of traffic to your website using Pinterest, again, for free without paying for ads. Harness the power of Instagram. I go into Instagram even more than I did today. And these modules have the worksheets to go along with it. You can comment and ask me questions. The other modules cover blogging, which is huge for getting traffic to your website, diving deeper into SEO, that search engine optimization. We talk about Facebook groups, podcast strategies, and whether you have your own podcast or whether you're going out and being a guest on other people's podcasts. And then all the things about email marketing. So this is soup to nuts, everything you need to get that funnel of enough people coming into your business so that you are earning those 10K months. So let me give you guys the link to the class in the chat. That would be any questions while I have you here. Oh. All right. Sorry, I'm just now seeing the chat. Whoops. Catherine is a postpartum doula trying to pivot to sleep consultant. Rachel, sleep consultant in Baltimore. All right, Shannon just signed up for Jane's sleep consulting course to add to her NCS business. Such a perfect add-on. I love it, love it, love it. And Natalie's in Madison, Wisconsin. Natalie, my nephew is out at University of Madison. He's loving it. He's a freshman. The basics matter. Yes, Victoria, we get, this. Well, here's the thing. Everything I just talked about and everything that is in this class is about building a foundation that it's a lot of work as you're building it, but once you build it, then it's just working in the background. I have this all built out for my business and the leads just come in. People are joining my email list. They're following me on Instagram. They're listening to podcasts. It's all you create. It's kind of like you create all this stuff out on the internet that just, people find me and hire me from blog posts I wrote 4 years ago. So this is what I'm saying. The work you put in now to build this marketing foundation serves you for years and years to come. Okay. Christy. Oh, hey, Christy. Christy wants to know, when you start the email list, how do we handle what to say? Do we pick just one topic and build that up over a few months? I just keep it simple. Like what I always say, like, I literally will like pour my coffee and be like, okay, what do my dream clients need to hear today? And that's what I write an email about. I mean, that sounds a little crazy, but you can, I mean, not crazy. It sounds a little, I don't know. It's simple, but it's true. So yes, you could hatch out a big strategy of, you want to educate, you want to show that you are the expert that you are, and you want them to know, because no one's going to hire you unless they know you, unless they like you and they trust you. So you want to share a little bit of your personality, just that you're a real person, but also what you know about sleep. It's great to share testimonials, case studies, like tell stories. Stories sell. I was just, trying to think, and I can't remember who said this, but they said facts tell, stories sell. So an email of like all these facts about sleep is great. But what someone is ultimately going to buy from you when you tell the story of how you helped a family that you recently worked with. So tell stories of the families that you help. Tell stories of how the knowledge of your sleep has impacted the families that you worked with, things like that. All right, Milena is a postpartum doula and nanny in Southern California, learning how to network since taking an online class to become a certified sleep consultant. Love it, love it, love it. So find me over on Instagram. Oh my God, spelt Instagram. Oh, I can fix it right here. Find me on Instagram at the Doula Darcy. Shoot me a DM if let me know that you saw this presentation. Let's stay in touch. I am all about helping you all help the families get more sleep. Again, use the coupon code WEB75 on this Marketing 101 for sleep coaches. I will email you all that link. So that you have it, but you can go to my website, look up Marketing 101 for sleep consultants on the douladarcy.com. This has been so much fun. I hope that you learned something. I can't wait to see you all out there just helping these parents get some sleep. So thank you so much. Have a great night.